today. I think uh, I can see some changes on the desktop version. In the app,
Yes,
it is more or less the same. Hmm. Anyway, projection of lines. So this concept of projection of lines.
sir, it's updated.
Ah, yeah, you can see some change in the layout. Okay. See this projection of lines. What is expected in this chapter is that given a line, you need to draw the front and top views of the line in VP and HP. So you need to draw the front view of the line in VP and the top view of the line in HP. I think there is one problem where you will have to draw the side view of the line also. Okay, so that is just one different type of problem where the side view is involved. Otherwise, in almost all the problems, it is only the front and top view. And most importantly, projection of lines. The line is situated in the first quadrant only. This is very important. The line will never be kept in the second, third, or fourth quadrant, at least as per your syllabus. And in general, you take any syllabus across India, the projection of lines always the line is kept in the first quadrant. They are never kept in the second, third, or fourth quadrant. So this is the first point to be noted. So first quadrant we know VP is above HP, and you get the front view on VP and the top view on HP. And the left profile plane will be on the left side, right profile plane will be on the right side, and you will get the left side view on right profile plane, right side view on left profile plane. This is I'm talking about first quadrant. Okay. So now this concept of what do you say line basically. Okay, this is a line. So it is basically the shortest distance between 2 points, A and B. That is what we technically call it as a line. So basically, if you see, line is nothing but 2 points. Okay, 2 points which are separated by some distance x, which we call as length of the line. So what you have to do here is you have to assume that this line is nothing but it is made up of 2 points. So basically you are trying to project 2 points simultaneously onto the front view and onto the top view, onto the VP and onto the HP to get the front and top view. See, in projection of points, you used to project 1 point at a time. Now you have to project 2 points simultaneously. Then you'll get the front view of the line and the top view of the line. So that is the one thing which we need to understand here. So let us start with the basic concept of projection. So please observe here. I will. There are five, six cases of this projection of lines. I'll explain all of them. So just you can observe. No need to note down. Just observe. So I'm drawing the first quadrant. Now in this first quadrant, I have the vertical plane and the horizontal plane. So this line can be placed in the first quadrant in multiple ways, different orientations. Please observe these orientations and tell me what you see. Say the first case, we can say that the line is maybe like this. This is the line. Okay, this is end A of the line, and this is end B of the line. This line has some distance x, that is fine. Okay, or some length. Let us say 60 mm, and it is above HP by 20 mm, and it is in front of VP again by, let us say, 20 mm. So what do you feel? What is this line? Is this line parallel to any plane? Is this line perpendicular to any plane? So I'll say that this is case number one. Okay, case number one. So case number one, VP HP. Is the line parallel to VP or is the line parallel to HP? What do you think?
It's parallel to HP.
Exactly. And how do you prove it? If you look from the top view, then you project the point A first or B first, it's up to you. If you project the point A, then it may intersect somewhere here on HP, you call it as small a, top view of A. Then you project the point B, it will intersect HP somewhere here, you call this as small b, top view of B. If you join A and B, I think I will write this for better clarity. I'll show this distance here. If I join A and B, what is this AB? This AB is the top view of the line AB. So capital AB is the line itself. Small AB is the top view of the line. What is the length of this top view?
60 mm.
Exactly. So it is in its true length. It was 60, it is 60 in the top view. So since it retains its true length, 60 mm, in the top view, you say that the line is parallel to HP. Okay, because only when it is parallel, you will get the true length. If it is not parallel, you will not get the true length. Okay, how about here in the front view? In the front view, if you look from the front, so I'll project it. It's going to intersect here on VP. So what am I going to get here?
B dash.
The front view of AB, what is it?
Dot.
Dot means point. Okay, so basically you're going to get a point. This point is also called as a trace. Trace. Another name for point in this case is a trace. And how do you name this trace or this point? Of course, it will be um, B dash, A dash, both. Because if you project uh, B is also coming at this point, A is also coming at the same point. So both A dash and B dash will be at the same point. But which is going to be seen, which is not going to be seen in the front view?
dash is seen. A dash is not seen.
Yes. So A dash, because B is in front of A. B is seen. A is not seen. So put A dash in bracket. Okay. So this is the front view of this line AB. It is a trace. And since we are getting this trace in the vertical plane, we call this as VT. VT means vertical trace. This trace is in the vertical plane, so we call it as vertical trace. Now, why are we getting a trace in the vertical plane? Why are you getting a point? Why are you not getting a line like this, like you got in HP? Why are you not getting the line here in VP?
It is perpendicular to VP.
Exactly. Since the line is perpendicular to VP, you are getting a point or a trace. Since the line is parallel to HP, you are getting the line itself in the top view. So this is the fundamental concept. If the line is parallel, you will get the true length. If the line is perpendicular, you will get a trace or a point. Okay. So like this, there are few more cases. Let us see the second case. The second case is like this. This is a line AB, which is some distance, say 20 mm above HP, and some distance, let us say 30 mm in front of VP. Okay. Now this is your case number 2. So this second case, so what do you feel by looking at it? This line AB, whose length is again, you can say 60 mm, no problem. Is it parallel to any plane? Which plane?
VP.
VP.
Exactly. So if you look in the front view, then you can see the rays of light are going to pass through A and maybe intersect here VP at this point, and then the rays of light are going to pass through here. It is slightly on the higher side. Can say 15 mm, and yes, this is A dash and this is B dash. Okay. Now, if I join A dash and B dash, what is this? This is the front view of AB. What is the length of the front view?
60 mm.
60.
60 mm. Yes, because the line AB is parallel to HP. So I am getting the true length of the line in the front view. The length of the line was 60. I am getting it as 60 in the front view. Why? Because the line AB is parallel to VP. Okay. How about HP? If I project the line onto HP, then again I'll get a point here, which is, I can say it is an HT. What is an HT? Horizontal trace. Why horizontal? Because it is on the horizontal plane HP. The trace is on the horizontal plane, so I call it as a horizontal trace. Nothing but a point. How do you name this point? Of course, small a, small v. Okay. But when you look from the top, which point is seen first, A or B, in the top view?
A.
Yes. So you have to put B in bracket. So since the point is perpendicular to HP, you are getting a trace or a point in the top view. Since it is parallel, you are getting the true length in the front view. So this is the second case. Third case is this. A, B, AB is 20 mm above HP, and you can say 20 mm in front of VP. Okay. Now, now tell me, if this is the line, then is it parallel to HP, or is it parallel to VP, or is it parallel to both?
Both.
Both.
Exactly, both. Let us check it out. Let us draw the front view first and see. So if you draw the front view, then this is A dash, this is B dash. If I join A dash B dash, this is the line whose length is 60 mm. Why this is possible is because AB is parallel to VP. So VP, it is parallel. Hence, you are getting the true length 60 mm of the line on VP in the front view also. Now let us check out what happens in the top view. Project A and B onto HP. So this is small a and this is small b. If you join A and B, this is the top view whose length is again 60 mm. Why? Because it is parallel to HP also. So this is case number 3 where the line AB is parallel to VP, parallel to HP, because of which you get the true length of this line in the front view also, the true length of this line in the top view also. Okay. So these are the 3 basic cases where the line can be in any one of these 3 conditions. But of course, for your problems that you have to solve, none of these basic cases will be there because these are very simple. Okay, this is just for understanding. Next, we come to the next couple of cases. And finally, the last case. The 6th case is very important because all your problems are based on the 6th case. Let us first check out the 4th and 5th case. So I'll draw I'll draw one by one. That will be better. So I'll draw the 4th case first. Case number 4 and first quadrant. PP, HP, XY line, vertical plane, horizontal plane. Now, in this case, we are not talking about the line that is perpendicular or anything. We are talking about line that is parallel to a plane and at an angle to another plane. Okay, so please observe how that is possible. So let us say that the line is like this. This is end A. And this is end B. So this is the line. So this line AB is of length 50 mm, you can say. It is at a distance of maybe 10 mm above HP. That is, end A is 10 mm above HP, and end A is around 30 mm in front of VP. Okay. End B is also 30 mm in front of VP. However, end B is around 45, yeah, 45 mm above HP. Got it? End A, 10 mm above HP, 30 mm in front of VP. End B, 30 mm in front of VP, 45 mm above HP. Clear? So it is very clear that this line AB is at an angle to the horizontal plane. That angle you can call it as a theta angle. That angle may be anything, 30 degree, 40 degree, whatever you can take. So that means this line AB is not parallel to HP. Is it parallel to VP? What do you think?
Yes, sir.
Yes, because it is very clear that the distance of the end A from VP is 30 mm. The distance of the end B from VP is 30 mm. If these distances are same, that means very clear AB is parallel to VP. However, AB is not parallel to HP, it is at an angle to HP. So the condition here is like this. Case 4, VP and HP. So it is parallel to, the line is parallel to VP. However, the line is inclined to HP by an angle theta. Okay. So the line is inclined to HP by an angle theta. So that angle is given. So if it is parallel to VP, then if I draw the front view of the line AB on VP, then this would be A dash and this would be B dash. If I join A dash and B dash, what is the length of this front view?
50.
Yeah, ma'am.
Yes, it will be in its true length. It was 50 mm. It is 50 mm in the front view because the line AB is parallel to VP. Okay. Next, I'll draw the top view. So I'll project A first onto HP. So this would intersect here. I call it as small a. I'll project B onto HP and I'll call this as small b. If I join A and B, what is the length of this line? Is it equal to the true length of the line AB, or is it more, or is it less?
Less.
Yes, very obvious that whatever is this length, you can let us say it is around, if you measure it, it may come around 40 mm. It is less. Why it is less? That is the question. Why is it less? Because of this. Because it is inclined to HP by an angle theta, because it is not parallel to HP. Had this line been parallel to HP, you would have got 50 mm here also in the top view. But is it parallel? No. It is at an angle theta. So whenever there is an angle, however small it is, in the top view, in this case, in the top view, you are going to get a length which is less than the true length. So now we can introduce ourselves to this case. 50 mm is the true length. In short, we'll call it as TL. Whereas this 40 mm, which we are getting in the top view, is an apparent length. Apparent length, we call it as AL. Apparent length means it is not true. And why we are getting this apparent length is because of this inclination to HP. Okay. Now, my simple question. I have got the true length of this line on VP. Can I get by some method the true length of this line 50 mm on HP also? Is it possible? By construction method, by projecting or rotating or something. Basically projection. Can I get the 50 mm length, true length, in the horizontal plane also? Is it possible?
Yes, sir.
How?
So the length of the apparent that apparent length is 40 mm.
This is 40 mm.
So how to find?
No, I have just given example. I don't know whether it is exactly 40 or not. It may be 35 also. When you project it, you'll come to know. Because this angle is not clear. Na? I have just told theta. This angle may be 40 degrees, 30 degrees. Depending on the inclination, this length will be different. But one thing is sure, definitely it is not 50 mm. It will be less than 50 mm. This is just an example that I have given. Because what happens if I use x1, a1, b1 and all, then you get confused. We don't want that. Let us deal with actual lengths only. Yeah, I forgot. Theta is the inclination of the line with HP. Okay. Theta is the inclination of the line AB with the horizontal plane. That is very clear. I have written down here. Blurred. Oh yeah. Now my question: how can you get the true length in HP also? Is it possible by construction
If
method?
theta is equals to 0, sir.
Exactly. If you make theta 0, then obviously. Okay, so by method of construction, this point of making theta 0. So let us say theta here is some 40 degree. So from 40, if you have to bring it back to 0 and make the line parallel to HP, then it is as good as you are rotating the line AB and making it parallel to HP. Let us see how that happens. Okay, so for the timing, I'll have to rub this, otherwise I cannot draw that. Okay, what I'll do is I'll make this theta 0. Please observe how I do that. With A as center, radius equal to AB 50 mm, I'm going to rotate the line about the point A. See, whenever you are rotating something, you are fixing one end. You fix one end and you rotate the other end. That is how it happens. Okay. So in this case, I am fixing the end A and I am rotating the end B. So please observe how I rotate. Can you see how I have rotated? I have rotated like this, end B here. So at this point, this is your new end B. You can call it as B1. Okay. Now, I have joined A and B1. Now tell me, what is the difference between AB and AB1? AB and AB1. Are the length same? This was 50. Is this also 50?
Yes, sir.
Or is it more or less? So one thing is very sure, AB and AB1 are same. It was 50 mm, it is 50 mm. Only thing is you have rotated it and made it parallel to HP. Okay, so the only difference between AB and AB1 is AB is not parallel to HP, it is at an angle to HP, whereas AB1, this line AB1 is parallel to HP. Clear? Now, I'll project this B1 onto HP. So I'll get a new point here, small b1. If I join A and B1, what is the length of this line? A, B1, the top view. Now,
50 mm.
how much will it be? It will be 50. Means it will be in its true length. So that is what I wanted. I wanted the true length of the line in the top view on HP. I got it. But please observe how I did it. I have fixed A. I have rotated the end B to a new position B1. In this position, A B1 is 50 mm, but it is parallel to HP. Then I project B1 onto HP. I'll join A and B1. Now this A B1, the top view of this line A B1 is 50 mm. Why? Because A B1 is parallel to HP. So this is how, by rotating, or in simple terms, we're making this theta 0. See, by rotating, you have made the theta 0. Yeah, that also you can say that is one more thing. See, AB, the difference between AB and AB1 is AB is a line which is inclined at an angle theta, whereas AB1 is a line whose theta angle is 0. So AB1 is parallel to HP. I have rotated and made it parallel, and then I have projected. So I got small AB1, which is the top view of the line AB1. Now that will definitely be in its true length, which is 50 mm. So this is how, even though the line is not parallel, it is at an angle, I can still rotate it and make it parallel. Is it clear? Simple rotation, nothing much. Okay. Have any doubts here, or is the thing clear? Fine. Let us take the next case, fifth case. Very similar to the fourth case, but here we'll be dealing with VP basically. So just observe. So, vertical plane, horizontal plane, XY line. So this is HP, this is VP. Now the line AB is like this. It is this is A, and this is B. This is the line AB, whose length is 50 mm. We'll take it one by one. So end A is can say 10 mm above HP. End A is around 25 mm in front of VP. Okay. End B is also 10 mm above HP, same as end A. However, end B is around 40 mm, 40 mm in front of VP. Okay. So A is 10 mm above and 25 mm in front. B is 10 mm above and 40 mm in front. So it is very clear that the line AB is at an angle to which plane?
VP.
Exactly, to VP. So we call this angle as an angle phi. Okay, so the thing to be noted here is phi is the inclination of the line with VP. phi is the inclination of the line AB with the vertical plane. Okay. Now tell me, this line AB, is it parallel to any plane? If so, which plane?
HP.
Exactly. It is parallel to HP. So in the top view, this is small a. In the top view, this is small b. Just rub this b. It is coming in the way of the projection. Put it here. So I have small a, I have small b. I'll join them. So the length of this top view is 50 mm. Why is this possible? Because the line AB is parallel to HP. So in the fifth case, the line AB is parallel to HP. Okay. How about its condition with VP? With VP, it is inclined to VP by an angle phi. It is inclined to VP by an angle phi. Okay, as is clearly visible here. So it is not parallel to VP. So let us project and see what we get in the front view in VP. So let us project the end A. So I'll get A dash here in front view in VP. I'll project the end B. I'll get B dash here. If I join A dash and B dash, I may get length maybe around, I don't know, maybe around 40, 42 mm. But definitely this length of the front view is going to be less than 50. Isn't it? Why is this happening? It is happening because the line AB is not parallel to VP. It is at an angle phi. It is inclined at an angle of phi to VP. That is why you are getting a lesser length in the front view. You are not getting the true length. So now the point to be noted here is this what do you say, 50 mm, of course, is the true length, no problem. This 42 mm which I am getting in the front view is the apparent length. Okay, so it is, you can say, the reverse case of the fourth, opposite case of fourth. Here in fifth, you are getting an apparent length in the front view, whereas you are getting the true length in the top view. So now, is there any way by which I can get the true length in the front view itself? What should I do to get the true length in the front view itself? If I want the 50 mm length in the front view, what can I do by construction?
Phi is equals to 0.
Exactly. Make phi 0. That means make this line AB parallel to VP by rotating it. So we'll do that. So I'll just rub this 40 mm. It will interfere with my rotation. Just take it away. So what I'll do is I will rotate AB and make it parallel to the vertical plane. So for that, I will fix the end A and I'll rotate the end B. So please observe how I rotate. Like this. This is the rotation. I'll rotate it till this point. This point is the new, you can say B2. Can give a new name B2 because already I given B1 here. So let us give a new name B2. So now I have this line here AB2. What is the length of this line AB2? 50. AB2 is parallel to VP. So now what I'll do is I'll project B2 onto the vertical plane. When I do that, it is going to intersect somewhere here. So this will be B2 dash. Is the front view of B2. So it will be B2 dash. Now I'll join A dash and B2 dash. So what is the length of this line now? A dash B2 dash, the front view. What is its length?
50 mm.
Exactly. What I've done is I have made this phi 0 by rotating AB and making it parallel to VP. So AB2 is the line which is now parallel to VP, and then I projected B2, I got A dash B2 dash. This is the new front view of the line whose length is equal to 50, which is equal to the true length. This is how by rotating I can make any line parallel to any plane. So what I've done is I have rotated and then I have projected. So please observe this sequence, rotation, projection. Here also, in case of HP, I have rotated, I have projected. So this is very important in lines. Your rotation and then projection. This is going to help you to solve many problems. So I hope this concept is clear that even though a line which is not parallel to a plane, how you can rotate and project and make it parallel and try to get the true length of the line on that particular plane, either in the front view or in the top view. It is possible. Now these two cases are also basic cases because it is like it is inclined to either HP or it is inclined to VP. Now there is the last case, the sixth case, on which almost all your problems are based on the sixth case only. Now in that case, the line is inclined to HP and VP both. So very unique case on which all your problems are based. So please observe carefully. So this is a case where the line is inclined. Case number 6, line is inclined to HP by an angle theta and to VP by an angle phi. So the line is inclined to both the planes. So what does this mean? This means that the line is not parallel to VP or HP. It's not parallel. So the line is not parallel to VP or HP. It is inclined to HP by an angle theta, and it is inclined to VP by an angle phi. So the line is inclined to both the planes. So you can say that it is a combination of the fourth and the fifth case. So what I can say is sixth case is the combination of fourth plus fifth, fourth and fifth case. Okay, now I think the screen is clear. Now I'll show you this particular case. Please observe carefully. It is a combination of the fourth and the fifth case. So here I'll draw the same VP and HP. XY line, vertical plane, horizontal plane. Now, the line that I'm talking about, which is inclined to VP and inclined to HP both, it looks like this. This is the end A, and this is the end B. Okay. Now, many of you may say that, sir, it is parallel. It looks to be parallel to HP. Yes, it may look, because I'm just getting started. I'll prove that it is not parallel to HP, neither it is parallel to VP. Okay, so please observe how I handle this. Now, end A is at a distance of, let us say, 10 mm above HP. End B is at a distance of 20 mm above HP. End A is at a distance of 20 mm in front of VP. End B is at a distance of 40 mm from VP. So the point that you have to understand here is A and A 10 mm above HP and B 20 mm above HP. So is the line AB parallel to HP? Got my question? And A 10 mm above HP and B 20 mm above HP. Is the line AB parallel to HP?
No, sir.
No.
Yes. It is not parallel because in the previous cases, the end A and end B should be of the same length. If this is 10 mm, this also should be 10 mm. Then only you can say that AB is parallel to HP. Here you can say A is 10 mm above, B is 20 mm above. So there is a level difference between A and B. Definitely AB is not parallel to HP. Similarly, end A is 20 mm in front of VP. End B is 40 mm in front of VP. So is this line parallel to VP? Sorry,
No, sir.
I have written this wrong. This is HP and this is VP. Oh, why? This is the vertical plane, this is the horizontal. So what I was saying, yeah, end A is 20 mm in front of VP and end B is 40 mm in front of VP. So it is very clear that AB is not parallel to VP also. Had it been parallel, then this end A would be 20 mm in front of VP and B also should be 20 mm in front of VP. It cannot be different distances. It has to be same. So this is a line which is not parallel to VP, neither it is parallel to HP. So this is the first thing. Please note this line, the sixth case, VP and HP it is what you can say, it is both these cases it is not parallel. It is not parallel to VP nor it is parallel to HP. Now the length of this line is let us say 60 mm. I want the front and top view of this line as it is in this position. I am not making it parallel or anything. Simple. I want the front view of this line, top view of this line. Let us draw it and see what we get. Front view. I'll project A onto VP. I'll get A dash. I'll project B onto VP. I'll get B dash. Clear? If I join A dash and B dash, this is the front view, and I can observe that it is inclined to HP by some angle, or it is inclined to the XY line at some angle. I can say that this angle is alpha, whatever is the angle. Okay, 20, 30 degrees, whatever is the angle. It is a new angle. It is an angle at which the front view is inclined to the XY line. So A dash, B dash, the front view is inclined to XY line by an angle alpha. Okay. Now tell me, what is the length of the front view? Is it 60 mm, or is it less than that, or is it more than that? What is the length of the front view? Is it less than 60, more than 60, or equal to 60?
More than 60.
More than.
More than 60. Is that
Equal to
possible?
Less than 60.
See, it is very clear that the line AB is not parallel to VP. Means it is at some angle. You can see it is slightly inclined to VP. And if you see the heading, what I have written here, the line is inclined to HP by theta and to VP by phi. So it is very clear that the line is not parallel to VP. When a line is not parallel to VP, can you get the true length of that line in that view in VP? No. So whatever is this length, the length of the front view, whatever is the length, maybe 50 mm, whatever is the length, it will be less than 60. So I don't know, it may be around 55, maybe around 55 mm. But definitely, whatever is the front view, the length of the front view, it will be less than 60 because AB is not parallel to VP. Okay, next. I will draw the top view. So, small a, and small b. So I projected A and B. Now if I join this, this would be the top view. And it is very clear that the top view AB is not parallel to XY line or to VP. It is inclined, it is at some angle. You can see a small angle here. This angle you can call it as beta. The inclination of the top view with XY line or with VP, you can call it as beta. Just like inclination of the front view with XY line is alpha, same way inclination of the top view with the XY line is beta. Okay. Now, what do you think is the length of the top view? Is it 60 or is it less than 60?
Less than 60.
Hmm?
Less than 60.
Yes, it is less than 60. It may be around maybe 52, 53, I don't know. But definitely less than 60. Simply because the line AB, in this case, you can see the end A is 10 mm above HP, 20 mm above HP. The line AB is not parallel to HP. So when it is not parallel and it is inclined to HP by some angle theta, then in the top view you are going to get a lesser length. So this is a case where you get apparent length in the front view as well as the top view. What is happening to this connection? Okay. So as I was saying, in the top view, you are going to get uh, a length which is less than the true length. So front view, top view, both you are going to get apparent length. Okay, it is not going to be true length. Now the question is, okay, this is all fine. Uh, I have got the top view which is less than the true length. I have got the front view which is less than the true length. Is there any way by which I can get the true length in the front view and true length in the top view? Just like in the previous fourth and fifth case, we rotated and we projected. Is something like that possible?
Alpha and beta both should be 0.
Exactly. You have to make this not alpha beta. No, not alpha beta. This theta and phi. You see here. Yeah, now I'll come to that concept. Theta and phi. See, I already told you that the line is inclined to HP by theta and to VP by phi. Now, where is that inclination? I'm not able to see that inclination very clearly. Now is the time that I show you where that inclination is. Please observe. If I want to make the line AB parallel to VP, okay, what I should do? Just observe. I should rotate. This is the new position, AB1. So what have I done? AB1, I have kept A fixed and I have rotated the end B, and I have reached this new position B1. Now AB1 is parallel to VP. Now tell me, what is the difference between AB and AB1? Are they same or are they different? What is the length of AB and AB1? Is it same?
Same.
Yes. Then what is the difference between the two? AB is not parallel to VP, whereas since I have rotated the end B to a new position B1, this line AB1 is now parallel to VP. I'll show you how. You have reached a new position B1, project this B1 onto VP. So this is your new front view, which you can call it as B1 dash. Okay, the front view of B1 is B1 dash. Now if I join A dash and B1 dash, you see this line? A lot of problem with the connection. It's coming blurred. Okay, now I think you can see. See, B1 I projected and got B1 dash. I have joined A dash and B1 dash. Can you see this line? What is this line? A dash, B1 dash. This is the front view of the line AB. But what is the difference? This line A dash, B1 dash is in its true length it is 60 mm. How do you say it is 60 mm? How do you say this line A dash B1 dash is longer than A dash B dash? You can measure it. If you measure A dash B dash and if you measure A dash B1 dash, which of these two lines is longer? Obviously, A dash B1 dash.
B1 dash.
Yes. So you see, the difference is not much, hardly 4 5 mm. That is why I've taken front view as 55 and true length as 60. You can see the difference between the length of these two lines is hardly 4 5 mm. Very small. But there is a difference. That is not important. What is important is what I have done here. See, AB was not parallel to VP. It was inclined to VP by what angle? Phi. So what I have done here, I have made phi 0. When I rotate this B to a new position B1, I have made this phi 0. I have made the line AB to a new position. Now this AB1 is parallel to VP. So this is point number 1. Next, if you observe VP in the front view, you are getting two lines now. One is the front view A dash B dash, which is 55 mm inclined by an angle of alpha. Another is you are getting the true length A dash B1 dash, the true length of the line, whose length is 60. And what is this angle? This angle is the theta angle, the angle at which the line is inclined to HP. Okay, I'll introduce you to this concept also. But as of now, what you should understand here is that the true length is that we can see later. Fine, that is fine. See, true length 60 mm line inclined by an angle theta. Front view 55 mm line inclined by an angle alpha. Okay, so that brings us to another concept, that is the front view and alpha, true length and phi. See, these two things, front view and alpha, true length and phi, these are two separate things. Front view and alpha, these are apparent dimensions. True length and phi, these are true dimensions. Getting my point? The true length of the line is 60. The 60 mm line is inclined by an angle of theta. So true length, true inclination. Front view is 55 mm, which is inclined at an angle alpha. So apparent length, apparent inclination. These are the two different things which will come into picture with respect to VP and front view. Okay. There is one other thing. See here, B dash and B1 dash. You can see these 2 points have come side by side. So if you join them, you will get a line like this. This line, we call it as a locus line. You can say this is locus of B. This locus line is parallel to XY line. Okay. So this locus concept is important when we start solving the problem. Now let us consider the other case. Just like you got a true length in the front view in VP, I want the true length in the top view in HP. How can I get it? Same way, the line is inclined to HP by angle theta. You have to make the angle theta 0. So just observe how I do that. A fixed, I'll rotate the end B and bring it nearer to HP so that it becomes parallel to HP. Please observe what I do. B2. I hope you can see this rotation. It's a very small rotation, but I have rotated and brought, I think I'll take this away so that I can draw it correctly. So I have rotated and I have brought it to a new position, B2. Okay. Now, AB2. And this AB. Are they same? Are they equal? All I've done is I have rotated AB to a new position AB2, wherein B2, this AB2 is parallel to HP. How do I say it is parallel? Just project B2 onto HP and we'll see. So I projected B2 onto HP. This is a new position which we call it as small B2. And it is stuck. Hmm. So what I've done here is I have fixed the end A and I've rotated the end B to a new position B2. Now this B2, AB2 is parallel to HP. So I have projected B2 onto HP, I got small B2. I will join A and B2. I'll join A and B2. So what do you observe here? AB, the true length of the line, and AB2, their lengths are same, but AB is not parallel to HP, whereas AB2 is parallel to HP. Now, how am I sure that it is parallel? Because when I project AB2, then in the top view, I get small AB2. Okay. Now, please observe this. Small AB I call it as the top view, and AB2 I call it as the true length. Okay. Now, how do I say that AB2 is the true length? You can measure it, it will be 60 mm. And you can see there is not much difference between the top view and the true length, hardly some 6-7 mm. So, true length line is AB2 and the top view apparent length line is AB. So, that is what I have highlighted here. Now, AB is the top view which is inclined by an angle beta, whereas AB2 is the true length which is also inclined by some angle. Now, this angle we'll call it as phi. And where is this angle? It is here. If you see this, the inclination of AB2 with the XY line is an angle phi. So, you got beta, you got phi. Okay. I think it's only till here. Now here it brings us to the same conclusion. AB, small ab and beta. These are apparent dimensions, whereas AB2, true length, and beta and phi theta. Wait a second. There's something wrong here. Beta and phi, correct. These are true dimensions. Here I have made it wrong. See, please note here. We are dealing with alpha and theta. I have written here. So please change this. This is not phi. This is theta. That is why I was confused. How come theta phi is coming 2 times? This is theta. So you can see alpha and theta here, and beta and phi here. Yeah, now it is correct. See, even if I think many of you may not have understood this concept, some of you may have understood. It's okay, even if you have not understood, it is fine. It is just a concept. The takeaway is very important because this concept will not help you exactly to solve the problems. It is just to prove that the line can be like this also. The line can be parallel to any plane. The line can be at an angle to both the planes also, as in this case. The line is inclined to VP, it is inclined to HP also. So just to highlight this case, this particular example has been taken. If you understand the concept, very good. If not, nothing to worry about. There are many mechanical methods by which we can still solve the problems. That is not at all an issue. Okay. Now the takeaway here is very important. If a line is parallel to a plane, you will get the true length of that line on it. This is the first thing. Second,
Sir, it's
if
blurred.
now I think it is clear.
Yes, sir. No.
Yeah. See, uh, the takeaway is what you need to focus on. If a line is parallel to a plane, then you will get the true length of this line on that plane. This is the first thing which we have seen here in all these cases. Whenever a line is made parallel to a plane, you will get the true length of that line on that plane. Point number two, when a line is not parallel to a plane, it is inclined to a plane by some angle, theta, phi, whatever, then you will get the apparent length of that line on that plane. That is what you have seen in all these cases. A line which is not parallel, if you directly project it, you will get the apparent length. Like in this case, you projected the line AB, you got 55 mm apparent length, which is less than 60 mm. So this is the second thing. Third thing, if I want to get the true length of this line on a plane, what I should do? I should rotate and then project. I should rotate and then project. If I go back to the previous cases, case number 4 and 5, I hope you have not forgotten this. Too early to forget. Rotate, project. Okay, so rotate the end B. Coming blurred. Is it clear now? Yeah. Rotate the end B. Make it parallel. Make this line AB parallel to HP. And then get the true length of this line on HP. That is what we have done. Rotation, projection. Here also. Line AB, we have rotated and then projected. You are getting the true length. So this is very important. Rotation and projection. So please remember this. You have to rotate and project. So when you do this, you can get a true length. Okay, so that means this is point number 1. Second, line parallel to a plane, you will get the true length on that plane. Third, line inclined or simply you can say not parallel. Not parallel to a plane, you will get the apparent length of that line on that plane. So these are the 3 takeaways. Please remember this, or you can write down this. A line, when it is parallel to a plane, you'll get the true length of that line on that plane. A line which is inclined and not parallel to a plane, you will get an apparent length of that line on that plane. Apparent length. So it is very clear that apparent length is less than true length. This is another. You can take it as point number 4. Apparent length is always less than true length. You can see any of these cases. Apparent length 55, true length 60. Apparent length 52, true length 60. Always. What about apparent inclinations and true inclinations? Any idea? Apparent inclinations are your alpha and beta. True inclinations are theta and phi. What do you make of it? You can see here alpha, theta, beta, phi. What is the relation between an apparent inclination and true inclination? Which is larger? Which is smaller?
Apparent is larger.
Yes, that is why I write like this. Apparent inclination is more than true inclination, whereas apparent length is less than true length. So this is another important takeaway. So these are the five things which you should understand. Most important of all this is the first one. How you can rotate and project and get the true length of that line on a plane. That is what we have done. Rotate, project. Rotate, project. So these are the five important takeaways from whatever discussion we have had today. Okay, now what will happen in the problems is that you will be given this line and will be given all these angles. The length will be given, maybe the true length is given, some of the angles are given, say theta or phi or alpha or beta. You have to draw this, the front view of the line, you have to draw the top view of the line. You may even have to draw this true length of the line and true length of the line here in VP and HP. That is how the problems are generally asked. So I think I can show you one particular problem here. Simple, just to uh, highlight the concept. One second. To share my screen. Stop this feed. Yeah. Are you able to see the screen?
No, sir.
Are you able to see the screen?
Okay.
No, sir.
I don't know why I'm not able to. 1 second. Screen sharing is not possible. Why? What is the problem? Why not able to? Why am I have to join using COE? Don't know what is happening. Anyway, I think next class I will show you that PPT. I don't know why it is not. I'm not able to open that PPT. I mean, it's opening, but I'm not able to share it on the screen. The next class I will share that, and we will start with some problems, some basic problems on this. With this same concept of front view, top view, true length. Okay. And please note that submit your assignments by tomorrow, the projection of points. The assignment will be active till tomorrow night, I think, 12 p.m. So please, and please on the assignment, you write your name and roll number also, so that when you scan it, that gets recorded. You can leave.